Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! I have had so many wonderful memories as the host of this show that we created together. You guys helped me create so many wonderful videos for so many people who felt inspired by their favorite Descendants characters, their favorite moments, their favorite songs, and we shared in that together. And I've heard your stories, you've heard my stories, and we've shared in our passion that brought us undeniably closer together as the best of friends because of Descendants and Zombies. And that's something I will never ever forget and hold close to my heart forever and always. I say this because I've been a fan of every franchise that Disney has created over the last 25 years, and that's a really long time, longer than many of you have been alive. I've been on YouTube recording videos about my opinions about Disney and Nickelodeon that I have never shied away from, and I've always been very vocal about, because I think that the treatment of your favorite stars has been truly unacceptable. When you talk about Dove Cameron and Kylie Cantrell, for sure Dove Cameron has seen her controversy. Kylie Cantrell has been caught up within it too. But I think that that's because people choose to criticize whatever they can see to criticize, whatever they can find to criticize about your favorite stars, because they know you love them. To get reactions out of you, they're going to do that. And my heart goes out to everybody who has seen this, who has been victimized by this, because I know Perez Hilton and TMZ.com have loved to criticize your favorite stars for forever, like Lindsay Lohan, Hilary Duff, and now many years later, Kylie Cantrell, Dove Cameron have become victim of it, fallen victim to unnecessary criticism. I have seen tears in Kylie Cantrell's eyes for far long enough now, and I think it's time somebody as a journalist shows up on YouTube and reviews Descendants and Zombies Forever and Always the way it was meant to be reviewed. Because I think that there's a certain pride and a passion that has always gone down with talking about Descendants and Zombies, because I've been a fan of every franchise over the last 25 years. I've been on YouTube for a very long time, and I've uploaded over 3,000 plus videos, almost 4,000, and I know a lot of people find that really hard to believe, but I have. I've been around a lot longer than many of you perhaps been alive. Probably some of your parents remember watching some of my older videos that I've uploaded on whatever niche I was talking about and providing commentary for. I would offer them advice on their relationships. And now many years later, I'm offering you guys advice to feel inspired, which I hope you will take something special away from each video that I upload, because we were a part of history with this YouTube channel. On August 5th, 2024, this YouTube channel premiered out of nowhere. And since its premiere on August 5th, 2024, we have received our fair share of criticism. I have seen a lot of criticism, but I have also seen a lot of love and support from fans of Descendants and Zombies, and I can never seem to thank you guys enough for it, because I know no matter what the future has in store for me, I would much rather sit in front of this microphone all the time and give praise to Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker and Ruby Rose Turner, who I love so much, because oftentimes you will see my reciprocal likes the color of Bridget, which is pink, of course. I think pink has always been one of my favorite colors, because it really shows a greater appreciation to how sweet a person can be and how much further kindness can really go. And that's what I got from a character like Bridget. I really felt inspired by her, and she became my favorite Descendants character, who I could never say enough nice things about. Because when you talk about a young Queen of Hearts, obviously the Queen of Hearts was sweet to begin with. And where does sweet begin? I think Sweetest Forever and Always have found a way of beginning with Ruby Rose Turner. I think that she's just so genuinely kind, and I think more people need to take a chance on Ruby playing the live-action Rapunzel for the live-action Tangled. I think she should end up in that conversation a bit more. I think that this is where Sweet really began, was with Ruby Rose Turner, and I think that she's really inspired me to come off more as a sweet person, because I think that kindness can really have a profound impact on somebody's heart when you least expect it. You can make a difference in somebody's day who just wants to have a little bit of kindness shown to them when things may be not going their way every single day of their life. I think that we're faced with this challenge more often than we're ever giving it credit for, but I think that because more beautiful relationships and friendships now are happening because of Descendants and Zombies, because people have felt inspired for what must feel like forever, I think this is a beautiful thing, and I hope this is a trend that Descendants continues on with for the foreseeable future, because I think that more beautiful friendships have yet to come, more beautiful storylines when you talk about Red and Pink and all the controversy they'll be faced with as one of the consequences of time travel, one of the many consequences of time travel, because one can't expect to alter the fabric of time and never expect consequences, because the thing about time is time always runs out, but time always has a way of catching up with us when we least expect it, because we always wish that we had more time, but the thing is we're only allocated a certain portion of time, and it's all about how we spend the time that we are allocated and what we do with it. We can spend the time with the people that we love, telling them we love them more and showing more appreciation for them, spend time fixing mistakes that we wish we had time to go back in time and correct, because we're all far from perfect. That's the thing about every single one of us. We're all created equal. And I think that people who are judged are just having a formal conclusion made about them. And I think that Red and Chloe have shown us that we can be stronger, that hope does exist for us, and that happily ever after even has the slightest chance of existing, which is something I've often encouraged because I've been a fan of every Disney fairy tale about a princess for forever. Sleeping Beauty in 1959, Snow White in 1938. I've been a fan of everything, and I've just wanted to show a greater appreciation for these princesses and what they've meant to us as fans of Disney over the years, because I go all the way back to the lateral part of the 1980s, being a fan of Disney from 1986 to the year 2000. I had the honor and the privilege of growing up in, and that was a distinctive time, because we saw the premiere of The Lion King by 1994, Aladdin by 1992, Nightmare Before Christmas in 1994, a Goofy movie in 1995, and The Mighty Hercules by 1997, the summer of that year. And I actually remember when the video games were released too, Aladdin in 1993, Hercules by July 3rd of 1997, and being a huge fan of those and having the opportunity to play them. I was one of those guys that would play the video game ever before he saw the movie because I didn't want the movie to spoil the video game, and playing the video game after the movie wouldn't have had the same effect as you can get from my big video game collection there in the back. I talk about video games and board games too a lot on this show because I see the appreciation for board games and video games in the heart of Freya Sky, and I see her passion being put on display at this year's Halloween Fest dressed up as Tinkerbell. I think it was a beautiful costume. I think it was a beautiful opportunity for her to showcase her passion, and I think that a lot of people felt the same way. I think there's always been something about these Descendants stars having fun that I love so much, and I love talking about it every single time I have the opportunity to on this YouTube channel. I often try to set the reciprocal lights, the colors of your favorite stars, like red for Red, blue for Chloe Charming, and obviously pink for Bridget, which is one of my all-time favorite colors. I can never seem to get the lights blue, so that's why you never really see the lights blue a lot in this room. It's obviously about the lighting setting in this room, but I really believe that if you're going to talk about your favorite stars, about Descendants, you've got to really back up what you say, and you've really got to show your appreciation for these stars and events like the Worlds Collide Tour and Halloween Fest, because it really means so much when you can touch a person's heart through the power of these videos, because I have to be honest with each and every one of you. I had the time of my life this summer talking about the Worlds Collide Tour, and if I could go back in time and pull a Phineas and Ferb, I know I've been promising you guys that I was going to forever and always, construct a time machine in my backyard and go back in time and pull a Phineas and Ferb, but if I could go back in time, I think I would go back in time and re-experience the Worlds Collide Tour all over again just to have the chance to review it, because I think that never enough great reviews can be posted about the Worlds Collide Tour, because these performances were off the charts. They were truly leaving me at a loss for words, leaving me at a loss for breath, because in all honesty, I saw the energy in the room every single time that Freya Sky and Kylie Control would perform, not only as the Red and the Nova characters, but also as Freya Sky and Kylie Control. They were almost as if they were saying, "Hi, my name is Kylie, and I'm just like each and every one of you." And, it got me to thinking about years ago how Hannah Montana really never did that. Her message of her songs were always, I'm just like you underneath it all. But did we ever see her say that she was just like each and every one of you? I think because Miley learned so much so quickly, and people like Hilary Duff learned so much so quickly, they realized that they were superstars ever before fans realized that they were, and they realized that they were on a pedestal that seemingly they could never come down off of or never be knocked off of, and because of that, I think that their superstardom sometimes got the better of them. But I think that when you talk about a superstar like Kylie Contrell and Freya Sky, because undoubtedly it's written in the stars that they will become superstars and go down in history for being some of the greatest of all time, because that's what we're all here to do. We're watching these videos either because we're fans of Kylie Contrell and Freya Sky, or just simply because we want to see them go down in history for being one of the greatest of all time. When my legacy is left behind after my life is said and done and my lifetime on this earth is over, I want my lifetime to be remembered for ensuring the legacies of your favorite stars. If there's one thing that I go down in history for having done, it is going to be to solidify the legacies of your favorite stars, because I see that passion coming from each and every one of your hearts. The way that you buy the dolls because you love them, the way that you buy the Worlds Collide Tour merch, from the sweaters to the t-shirts to the hoodies. They are absolutely beautiful. I don't care what critics have to say about the merch quality, the overpriced of the tickets starting at $200. I mean, I've heard it all. I think that more of a chance needs to be given to these stars because more opportunities are going to come knocking at their door. And I just want to be a part of something special with each and every one of you, like you wanted to be a part of ever since this summer for the Worlds Collide Tour. I know a lot of families made a lot of sacrifices to make each and every one of your dreams come true. And I think you guys need to be shown the benefit of the doubt, and so too do your favorite stars more, because I think that they've really shown a lot of dedication to these roles, like Red and Chloe Charming, because they really brought the daughters of Princess Red and Chloe Charming to life in a way that never could have been done by anybody else. I think you could have gave this distinction to someone like, say, a Dove Cameron, and even she, as talented as she was, could have never been a part of a franchise like The Rise of Red, the way that Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker brought it to life. And I think that the reason why I record all these videos is because I just want to put a greater emphasis of appreciation on that, more than anybody who uploads videos about Descendants of Zombies once every 6 months, once a month, which is never enough for the fans of Descendants of Zombies, because I've often believed that this universe is really big. But even with how big this universe seems to be, there are thousands of girls who watch these videos who just want to feel inspired and be given hope that Zombies 5 will happen sooner than what people are predicting. Given hope that Descendants 5 Book of Wonderland will be the best production they've ever seen. And I really believe that Descendants 5 will be one of the best productions we have ever seen if given a chance. I think that just after 2:07 p.m. this afternoon, I think it's safe to say that Descendants 5 Book of Wonderland, given its title, offers a lot of unpredictable moments because we don't know what's going to come next. We don't know what's going to happen from one moment to the next in this Descendants franchise. And that's what makes so fun being a fan of Descendants and Zombies. You know, we see them promoting Descendants and Zombies all the time. We see them be so excited and so appreciative of everything, and it seems like they're just being told the way to act and the way to perceive it. But I think that deep within their hearts, they have a greater appreciation for these roles and the opportunities these roles presented themselves with, because they really ran with these roles more than Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson ever did. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that these roles had a significant amount of play in how everything turned out for Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson, especially when it came to their friendship, because if not for this beautiful friendship and this beautiful chemistry, Descendants probably would have never gotten off the ground and seen as much magic as what it did. I remember that iconic scene where they took 100 takes in the woods for Dove Cameron's scene If Only, and it was so beautifully collaborated that it became one of the best music videos off the Descendants score. And I think that Red, many years later, was a very powerful song that really emphasized just how much further a dream can go for somebody, because it's not always about making a dream happen, it's about how much you believe in making that dream happen. So if you believe in a dream enough, you can take that dream and the aspirations of making it a reality that much further. And I think that was showcased more than ever before off of any Descendants soundtrack or any Descendants franchise ever before. The Rise of Red was a very powerful adaptation of this franchise. It received a lot of criticism, and often it was criticized, but I think more people, fell in love with it as time went on. And that was something to really take into consideration, which has given me the greatest honor of my life to be able to sit behind this podcast microphone and to review Descendants and Zombies, because I don't necessarily agree with a critic's review of Descendants and Zombies. I don't believe how they feel about Descendants and Zombies is really the right way or the most accurate way to post a review about Descendants and Zombies. If you're going to post a review about Descendants and Zombies, the least thing you can do for a 7-year-old girl watching this video is give her hope that Descendants 5 Book of Wonderland is going to be the best production she's ever watched. And that's what I got from all these girls that used to show up my door every year on Halloween dressed up as their favorite Descendants character and would send me behind a laptop until the sun came up the next morning, researching everything that I could about your favorite stars. Because I just wanted to know everything about your favorite stars, not because I wanted to review them and make great videos for you. I just wanted to know everything about your favorite stars so I could be in that informative loop, so I knew what was going on. And then I subscribed to all of the Descendants social pages, and I was just blown away by just how much appreciation was coming from these stars, because they were taking advantage of opportunities which only happen once in a lifetime, because I can guarantee you that Disney will never see stars like this ever again. It was said years ago when Miley Cyrus and the Jonas Brothers were at the heights of their popularity. It was truly unprecedented seeing the rapid ascension, the rapid fire ascension of Miley and the Jonas Brothers, and how appreciative they were of it. But I think that now in this generation, it's safe to say, I think I can get away with saying that Disney will never see stars like this again. There will never be another Kylie Cantrell. There will never be another Ruby Rose Turner. And I'm going to miss the Descendants franchise when it finally reaches its dramatic conclusion. But I don't think that this will happen anytime soon. I think that we still have so much of a story to be told. And if you get the right writer and producer to come in and do something for this franchise, to offer an incredible amount of creative energy, because that's all that's required, creative energy. And I think sometimes Disney is really lacking in that department, because it's always about putting restrictions on the stars, making them feel as if they're living inside of a box. I don't think that's really the right way to do it. I think the best way of reviewing Descendants and Zombies, if you're going to review it, is by taking the pressure off the shoulders of these stars that have cried for far long enough, that have been reduced to tears because of some critic on some stupid YouTube video feels about them. I think that if you're going to talk about Descendants and Zombies and talk about Kylie Control, at least post a review that can put a smile on Kylie Control's face, because I like to believe that some way or somehow I'm putting a smile on the face of Kylie Control because I believe in Kylie Control and what she represents. All the girl ever wanted to do was entertain each and every one of you through the power of singing and dancing. And she had the opportunity, starting off reviewing her favorite shows many years ago on a show called Hello Kylie, inspired by Hello Kitty. Actually, today I was at EB Games and I saw the Hello Kitty Adventures video game on PS5, and I seriously thought about buying it, either that one or Bluey, because of the message that you get from these cartoons. And actually, there's a Hello Kitty merchandise store in the mall that I go to every day, and I spin by there every often just to check out the merchandise, because I think that there's a greater appreciation to have for a girl when you actually take interest in her passion for things like Hello Kitty and things like the Descendants dolls. So I have this to say to everybody who may have spent all their money on the Descendants dolls and the Descendants soundtracks and the Halloween costume. If you have spent hundreds of dollars on Descendants dolls and you've collected them all and you have a passion for that, keep on going with your passion. Keep on shooting for the stars, because you only have one life to live, and I'm here to tell you guys there is nothing wrong with being a fan of Descendants of Zombies. If you're passionate about the dolls and the Halloween costumes and the music, keep on singing, keep on dressing up as your favorite character, and keep on collecting those dolls, because many years ago I had a passion for collecting Thomas the Tank Engine Dinkies and the play set that went with it, and I loved it. Many years ago I had a passion for collecting wrestling action figures, and I saw nothing wrong with it. And I'm here 15 years later telling you guys that if you love collecting Descendants dolls, there really is nothing wrong with it. I think they are beautiful. I think the way the critics review these dolls and these merchandise, I think are absolutely unacceptable. And I think if you're posting reviews about things like merchandise and the Descendants franchise, well then post a review about the Descendants franchise. Just don't say everything negative about it. Shy away from the criticism, like I've desperately tried to do with each and every one of these videos, to inspire people to want to actually collect the Descendants dolls and be a part of things like the event of the Worlds Collide Tour. Because the event of the Worlds Collide Tour actually encouraged people. People felt more inspired than ever before. I know it was a great sacrifice for a lot of families to make, and many of you were shut out because you couldn't get tickets, but fear not, Worlds Collide Tour Leg 2 will happen. And I'm going to tell you why Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour is going to happen. I'm going to let you guys in a little secret. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure it happens for you guys, because I know what it's like to be a part of something special and feel like you were part of something that you wish could last for forever. Because I know in each and every one of your hearts you wish that the Descendants of Zombies could last forever and would last for forever, and I agree with each and every one of you. I'm the same way. I feel the same way about Descendants of Zombies. I think that if anything should last for forever, it should be Descendants of Zombies. This conversation never has to end, and I think that people saying that they've made enough Descendants of Zombies movies is pretty much just drawing a formidable conclusion, which is something I've never ever wanted to see happen. If anything, I've wanted to see that your favorite stars have their legacies solidified for forever and always, and go down in history for being some of the greatest of all time. They're the reason why I collect all this Mickey Mouse merchandise, and I feel very passionate about Disney and Nickelodeon. Because I know that Kylie Control had an opportunity from Nickelodeon. She turned it down because she wanted to wait for a call from Disney, and when she finally got it, she made the most of that opportunity. She almost knew she was destined for greatness. And I'm here to tell you guys, I see nothing wrong with that either. I see everything wrong with the reviews that people are posting about your favorite stars, because not only are they crying, you're crying too. And I think that that's totally unacceptable. If you want to believe in Kylie Control, if you want to show her an incredible amount of love and support, then do just that. And don't ever let anybody hold you back from your dreams, because you only have one life to live. And because you only have one life to live, I think you should make the most of every opportunity life presents itself with. Because in all honesty, guys, that's all I've ever wanted to do with these videos. And I've wanted you to hit the subscribe button because you're a fan of Descendants and Zombies. I've never wanted you to hit the subscribe button because of me, so I can get monetized or qualify for the YouTube partnership program, which is a bunch of nonsense, in my opinion. I think that I've just always loved being on YouTube, and I just wanted an opportunity to come back. And you guys, as I've said many times before, brought me back. I wanted an opportunity to come back, and you guys brought me back. It's almost like you dug me out of a grave, and I have each and every one of you to thank for that, for bringing me back from the proverbial dead, given the fact that it's Halloween this time of year, and everybody's so excited about Halloween. We've just got 4 days to go until Halloween, and I can't even believe it. And I will be here all day Halloween and all throughout the evening, so if you guys want to join me for my Halloween party this year, you're more than welcome to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to smash that button and hit the like button and share this video if you like, because in all honesty, I just love all the support that I receive for these videos, and I wouldn't have it any other way. If there was one thing I could do for the rest of my life, it would be to upload Descendants and Zombies videos for everybody that have the same passion that I do. And seriously, guys, thank you from my heart to yours for allowing me to have been your voice of Descendants and Zombies. I look forward to talking about it and commentating on it for the foreseeable future, because I think there's so much to be said, so much that has yet to be said about the Descendants and Zombies franchises in the way of predictions and theories and just showcasing our passion that brought us all together. Guys, from my heart to yours, thank you so much. So guys, I will be back sometime between tonight and sunset with one final video about Descendants and Zombies, which I hope you will join me for. Until then, be kind to each other, because kindness really does go a long way in this world. Guys, from my heart to yours, thank you so much.